Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where we discuss and do technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated, guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it, guys. Welcome back, everybody. So, rally as expected, we have the big holiday Christmas and then New Year coming. We also got the Bollinger Band effect, full effect here. You can see Nvidia stock is up 3% on Friday. And if you look at my screen, we got this, pattern right here. It's on a downtrend, also kind of a flagging or wedging. Then, in top of that, we have this left shoulder, head, and the right shoulder. Now, again, we came really close to breaking the neckline here and then went back up. We got that bounce off of this lower Bollinger Band, and now it's sitting just under 136. Now, Nvidia path is clear. Two things can happen. We get that breakout over, I would say, 136 to 137 right here. Break this trend line. In that case, that's going to be a breakout. We're going back up to all-time highs again. Now, we get a rejection off of 136 to 137, and then this thing comes back down, makes a new low, and takes out 126 right here. You're going to see a dump off down to 118, and from there it can go much lower down to 107, and that is that expected move from this head and shoulder pattern. Also, if you put this wedge on top, we can go much higher, and I'm talking about like 160s on Nvidia stock. If that happens, we get that breakout, this thing takes out previous all-time highs right here, and that is near 153. So Nvidia, definitely a lot of consolidation on a downtrend, not really breaking down significantly, but that can happen once we get under 126 and this thing makes it a new low here. Otherwise, watch out for a lower high rejection at 136 to 137. If that happens, that could be also a shorting opportunity right here on Nvidia with a tight stop loss. So Nvidia, definitely something to watch going into next week. We do have critical support. Your line in the sand for Monday session 130, 126, and to the upside resistant at 136 to 137, and that is because of this trend line. And once we get over that, 140 to 144 can happen very quickly on Nvidia stock. And Microsoft is absolutely flat on Friday. Now, what happened? Bears took control here on this thing. And if you look at my screen, guys, yes, we got a massive rejection from 443 right here. And this thing pretty much gave up all the gains. We opened lower here on Microsoft at 433, rallied back up to 443, almost 44. And then the rejection came back down and now trading at 436. And if you look at my screen, not even holding this 20-day moving average right here, which is sitting at 437.41. So critical support will be down here at 432 and then 426.86 50-day moving average, and then this thing can dump all the way down to 420 and possibly can retest bottom of this bear flag or this channel right here, which is going to be near 415 to 416. To the upside, Microsoft will find resistance at right here 437 to 438, 20-day moving average, and if we can get over that, then watch out for a move back up to 443, and once we break that, this thing can move higher up to 451. On AMD, it's up 0.28%, so another flat day. And if you look at massive rejection from this negative sloping blue line 5-day moving average at 122. I mean, look at this, guys. We got the rally just where we got that bounce off of that 118, pretty much exactly to the point. Low of the day 117.90, so it was right there. We got the big bounce up to 122, got a rejection, came back, and now trading at 119. So AMD, yes, it's still a dip buy. If you're going and thinking about long, this is a fantastic opportunity. This thing is down over $100 from all-time highs. So this is perfect. 50% off right here on AMD if you're looking to go long here on this one. Now, if you look at my screen, 122, that's going to be a resistance to break going into Monday session. Only if we can get over that, that means what? Trading over this blue line 5-day moving average. In that case, you will see 125 to even 130 to 132.80, and then maybe this gap fill at some point 137.40. Now, support going into Monday session 118, and if that gives up, we could be coming down much lower. And you can see, I mean, we took out this low down here from August 5th. So now this thing can go down all the way down to 110 if this support gives up right here at 118. On Apple stock, it's up 1.88%. So a lot of people will say, well, what happened? We saw that big sell-off with Jay Powell, talking hawkish and all that, not cutting any more rates, very little rate cuts next year. And then suddenly market went back up, and yes, it's oversold and all that. But what is holding up the market? Well, the biggest name on earth right here. I mean, look at this market cap, guys. And I think that is what the stock and this company wants right here. $4 trillion market cap for the first time. $3.85 trillion right here. That is not a small, tiny company. It can just hold up this entire market by itself. You're talking about names like Microsoft, Nvidia going up, but nothing compares to this company right here. And that is why you don't get those dips, every day on Apple stock. You see the market going down 4%. Apple does not care because Apple itself is the biggest market on its own. And that's why, I mean, this thing goes up, even though the market is not going up that much. We saw a green day, but nothing going down significantly. And that is why, yes, Nvidia was the big dog, but Apple has been the big dog for a long time. And then another name, Microsoft. So Apple, another brand new all-time high. We hit the target 255, got a bit of a rejection there, but this thing came back. So if 255 Apple can clear, we might be pushing up to 257.63, and from there even 260 to 262. That is the next upside target for next week. Now on a pullback, your key line in the sand right here will be 250 underneath that level, 248 13-day moving average, and then 243.76 20-day moving average. And if all that gives up, you're going to see Apple dropping all the way down to 237. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.73%. So now Amazon, we also saw that gap down on Friday, but everything kind of recovered because of that data came out 8:30, and then everything rallied back up. And look at Amazon here up to 226, and now it's holding this critical support at 219 20-day moving average. Underneath that level, we also have strong support at 216, and then the gap fill reversal right here at 214. To the upside, Amazon will find resistance at 226. Over that, this thing can move up to 230. On Google stock, it's up 1.72%. So Google also rallied on Friday, getting that big bounce, not even hitting this critical support 184, came down to 186.37. But I think pre-market it was there. So this thing bounced almost what, $6-7, huge bounce right here, back up to 194. Got a rejection off of this 5-day moving average, and now slightly under 194. So your resistance here on Google stock will be this 5-day moving average, which is sitting near 194. If this thing can clear that, then you're going to see a move up to right here 196 to 197, and then we might be going back up to 200 plus. To the downside, your line in the sand here, 13-day moving average 188, and I'm just making things even here, not saying 187.72. So let's just say 188, your line in the sand for Monday session. Underneath that level, you'll see 184 and then 181.71 20-day moving average, and then this gap at 178. Netflix going up 0.78%. So off of this support right here, 900, this thing actually bounced, went back up, and now trading at 909. And if you look at my screen, we actually got a rejection from 916, came back, and now just holding over 900 and 905.63 20-day moving average. So that's going to be your key line in the sand, 905.63. I would say 906 to 900. That's going to be your critical support to watch on Netflix. And if this thing actually takes out this low down here from this candle, 885 or 886, in that case, you're going to see Netflix coming down and retesting these lows down here. That's going to be around 865 to 866. To the upside, there will be resistance at 916, and Netflix can clear that. You're going to see a push up to 928 and then 936. On Meta, it's down 1.73%. So Meta came all the way down to 580. And if you look at my screen, guys, I mean, this thing went under 50-day moving average, came back up, and now not even holding, barely holding this 50-day moving average, which is at 586. So Meta, I mean, this thing can turn really ugly. This was possibly a fake breakout. unless this is actually a look below and fail and we go right back up next week. So Meta here, your line in the sand 586, we're slightly under that level, and now if this thing stays under 586, it can come down a bit more, all the way down to possibly 558 to 551. To the upside, there will be resistance at 597 to 600. Over that, we also have resistance at 601.63 20-day moving average, and then we can talk about possibly going back up to 615 right here on Meta. Until then, Meta definitely on a downtrend. We got some red candles, and if this is how the things continue next week, we might see Meta going down much lower. On Tesla stock is down 3.46%. So people get really bullish when things are running even high. So Tesla, we got up to that target almost 500, and people are buying, 900 and 1000 calls and all that. That is just really bad FOMO in the market. And we all know that time and time over and over, when you see Tesla going up like crazy, it can come down in a big way. And that is why we played multiple times. Actually, I did, I think I shared one play with my Patreon group right here, 400 puts, and we took profit on that one play on Friday also. And then if you look at my screen, I mean, since I got those puts, this thing ran up to 480 plus. I think we got in at 458. So it was underwater. I just added a couple more contracts, and then, I mean, 400 puts paid right here on Tesla. Now, weekly candle on Tesla, definitely a huge rejection candle. Even this daily candle does not look pretty. So Tesla got some work to do. And I think Tesla, even if we're to come down all the way down here, maybe 362-ish right here, it's totally fine. And we're not even down to 400. So Tesla might be on your radar. That could be something, next week. If this thing does not break over 448 over this 5-day moving average, this could be a zone where a lot of people shorted on Friday, and it could be shorted again if that's the case, and Tesla going on a downtrend in the short term. Now, a lot of people also talking about, oh, where should I buy that dip? I mean, where were you when Tesla was down to like 200 or even 176, 118, and all that? You said Tesla is garbage, and now all of a sudden you want Tesla at 500. I mean, you want to lose money or you want to make money here in this market, and you want to buy Tesla high and sell even higher? Ask yourself that question. This is no mean, like Tesla here, that you should go and buy long on Tesla. Yes, it's on a breakout, but you buy low and sell high. When things are down, beaten down, things are selling really cheap in the market. That is when you buy something, not when the stock is making, 5, 6, 10% move every day. And after that, those moves happening multiple days, and then on top, here you go and buy 900 call. Is that your strategy here in the market? You're going to lose money. Nobody can save you from doing that. So Tesla, there is no buy in my view, but it's all your money. If you want to go and burn yourself buying this, thinking about dip and buying here, totally up to you guys. But far as doing technical analysis on Tesla and watching and trading this stock for a long time, this is not at a buy zone. And trust me, when there is opportunities on Tesla, I'm going to make video. I'm going to say, just like I said on AMD, that that is actually a good opportunity. You can go and grab shares, or if you want to go along with some calls, yes, that is the time. But it just coming off from all-time highs, just slightly pulling back, nothing really big. I mean, only giving away a few bucks. So Tesla, I mean, even at 400, it's still high to go into the stock and buy that dip. I would wait for at least some of these gaps to get filled and maybe retest this breakout from this wedge right here, and that is going to be around a 360 to 362. So right now, going into Monday's session, what to look for on Tesla? If you look at my screen, there is going to be resistance at 429. If this thing can clear that, then watch out for a move. And if there is a gap up, then watch out. If there is a gap up over that, we might be going back up to 448, and Tesla clears that, then it can run, and possibly this time it will go up to 500. Now, this thing cannot break 429. Then watch out for the support to hold, which is holding right here. This 417.44, and you can see how well we got that bounce off of that level. 13-day moving average. Underneath that level, you're going to see another flush, and that could bring Tesla all the way down to 400, and then 20-day moving average sitting just under that 392. So Tesla, time will come, and this is not a zone to load up the boat. It just, where Tesla, you can watch it. Maybe you can scalp some calls, but you got to have really tight stop loss on this thing. Otherwise, you're going to lose money. And Tesla is designed to lose money, especially when you're chasing and you're not following the technicals. Just have a look at the RSI on the weekly time frame, and you'll see what I'm seeing here on Tesla and why I'm actually warning you guys that Tesla definitely not a buy. And where were you when Tesla was at 200, 250, or even 176, or even lower? Made so many videos on Tesla. Even if you go back and search Tesla in my channel, you will see, there is some videos just alone doing analysis on Tesla and saying that this is actually buy and hold, and you're going to make money if you're actually not afraid of holding. And guess what, guys? I mean, the long-term position I took on Tesla is paying off, and I'm not gonna regret if this thing comes back a little bit, because now I know the potential of this company, and especially the stock. It can go over 500 over time, and that is why you go long term on a stock like Tesla when it's low. But you don't go and chase when this thing is trading really high for multiple days, and you don't go and chase. And I hope that actually makes some sense to you guys. And I'll definitely keep you guys updated going into Monday's session. We definitely need those likes, 100 plus likes on the video, and that would be greatly appreciated, guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday.